always something. It's always there.
And as well as it there's obviously, as you say, it's the first headline and got to be excited as well, eh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I sort of glazed over that because I maybe thought that. Definitely. I'm really, to be honest, like over the moon to be doing it. Like,
I keep slightly forgetting that we are like doing our headline tour. I'm so used to because we played the audio a few times and just we're supporting. And we're just like usually supporting, and now you kind of arrive in, you're kind of like, what?
It's all on you.
Exactly. That lasagna's for us.
Excellent. The aim of the tour. I mean, you obviously sat there. You went for it. You're going to do a headline tour. I mean, is the aim just getting the name out there? Is it? Is that it? Is that the be all and end all, or have you got anything else that you want to get from it?
It's just to basically get going on the tour, like like we have to do it eventually, but there's no point of waiting around for that moment where we're selling out Wembley or something if it ever happens. But like, you just need to tour, and there's no point of sitting around waiting for shows to come along. You just have to go out, whether it's 2 people who turn up to a gig, you still have to give a show.
And like social media is amazing, right? And it's a great way to connect with people. But before social media, bands just got in a van and did it.
Yeah.
And I would quite happily be in a van for like 350 days a year just to do it, to be able to do it full time. Like I would do that. You know? So like we've been given a great opportunity to do a headline run, and we're sort of seizing it by both hands and really going for it.
You'll also see now, I think just obviously the way the business has changed as well. I mean, this is where the money's made now, isn't it?
It's touring by merchandise, all that kind of stuff,
I mean, you see the bands there, maybe sales aren't big, kids, as you know, stream, but they will spend money when you go to a show.
I paid for Spotify Premium, as Adam likes slagging me off for, and I think it's great that people are subscribing to streaming music services, and you don't really see, I don't think even big bands see much money from it, but I think people appreciate, I certainly appreciate that, and if I really like an artist, I will go and spend the money, and I think that's what's important, is you've got to show support somehow. You can't just like print off your favourite like painter's painting and stick it on your wall. It doesn't work like that.
Well, you never know, 3D printers, it could be not far away.
Jesus, I have the Mona Lisa in my place in no time.
Well, I 3D print a 3D printer and then take it back.
Brilliant. Is there a reason you decided to start in Glasgow, or is it just purely a geographic, you're just going to get to
No, well, I mean, I love playing Scotland, personally, being Scottish. I think it's quality to be up
here. Really? Are you Scottish? I would never have guessed.
I just wanted it so it was written, because they can't. People name it. So anyway, I really like playing Glasgow, to be honest, and I always liked, when I lived in Edinburgh before that's where I'm from, I loved coming through to Glasgow and playing. I just thought it was great, so
it is going all down, isn't it?
But it's pretty steadily anyway.
Like,
it goes down and then you go back up, then you finish up obviously.
But it's kind of like you go a small bit up or a small bit down. You shouldn't have to go down all the way and then go all the way back up, and some bands have to do that.
And
you're like, oh, you're doing the dogs. That's so awful.
I'd personally like to play Scotland more.
Like, I mean, do you drag a lot of friends, family?
My parents always come, but I mean, I'd been in other bands, like we'd always play Edinburgh, Glasgow, Inverness, Aberdeen, do the Dogs of Scotland. I do think it's a bit of a shame that bands only come to Glasgow.
There's just that many venues over here.
No, I mean, Glasgow's a great city for music. I love it, but it's it's a shame that you don't. If you were further north in Scotland, like in Aberdeen or Inverness,
as you'll know as well, it's kind of same stickler with Ireland. Ireland gets a rough edge. I mean, I know a few people who just constantly ship over from Ireland. They go to gigs because there's nobody to play there.
It's just a shame. Our first ever tour was in Ireland. We were really lucky, and we toured around Ireland, but the expense of just being a band, getting on the ferry with your gear, that's it. You're done. You're really done. That's it. You can't afford anything the second you get there. It's such a shame, because there's bands at our level that I would chop a toe off to go and play in Ireland again. It was one of the best touring experiences.
The first time I said that, I've always asked, how many toes did you get? Toes though? You didn't even say I'll chop off a toe.
A toe. They grow back like a lizard.
Now, obviously you released, still last month, wasn't it? February you released Is everybody listening? How's it going down? How's it?
Yeah, it's gone really well. Like, thankfully, because it was the whole writing process was making sure we capture everything from the first EP, but add in all the stuff that we have always wanted to kind of do. You know, a bit more groovier moments, a bit more ambient kind of sections. And to some people, you could be like, well, I'm just straight up not into that. I just need loud music. But like, it's been getting the same response to the first one. We're very lucky with it, and hopefully it'll keep going, because nobody wants to get a shit review. Nobody.
We've had them, we just don't share them on Facebook.
This as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
And it'll pick up off the back.
This is the first ever show we've had physicals of the CD out as well, and we announced them. Announced that we had physicals on Thursday last week, and we sold a load online.
Yeah, it was.
It's nice to see people immediately supporting a band.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. I mean, I was here last week and I was like, covering Vader, the band, the death metal band.
Right, okay, cool.
And they're still selling cassettes.
Amazing.
And I was like, I've never seen since the 80s. I think HMV so many cassettes, and like everybody was buying.
There's a big scene for that in London. People buying cassettes and vinyls at shows.
I mean, cassettes were cassettes. They're never great.
We're gonna push it, and we're gonna start doing like Betamax and 4-track and like reel to reel at the shows. So
Real of Zoax Betamax players. Sell them as well.
Great, we're going to that.
Yeah, could do good that. Have you got any more writing planned for after the tour?
Straight away we finished doing vocals in October last year. I think I was over. We did the vocals in Ireland, and our bass player Joe came over for the whole time. And I think it was a Saturday we finished the vocals in October, and I think that Sunday, the next day, both woke up and started writing straight away. Just get straight into it. We're doing a lot of writing on this tour now and stuff as well. Whatever time we can get, because I still live in Ireland, so coming over and the whole band is together. It's like, let's just knock them down.
Yes, I want it.
Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff coming. We're just still trying to decide on what to do. We want to always keep something interesting in some way.
Yeah, you got to keep it going.
We
want everything to be slightly different from the one before as well. We're not scared to explore new things, and there's a couple of slower tracks on this EP, which I think if it was our first EP we would have never put on. Just want to see what they're like, and we were a bit apprehensive about them, thinking they might be more album tracks than EP tracks, but the response for them as well has been really good. In fact, in some senses maybe they've been a bit better. The response we've had from people who are really sort of picking apart the EP in their reviews, you know.
So will it be a full length?
I hope so. I think we all do, but at the end of the day, every band strives to a full-length album, you know. But
and you only get to do your debut once.
Yeah, you really do, and it's a massive impact today in music. So you want to make sure it's all right. You there's one thing about just writing music for yourself and going, oh yeah, lads, we're fucking brilliant. Do you know, you shouldn't have to do that. You have to go, is everyone going to enjoy this as much as we are? And you just don't know what people want to play. So.
But then it is got to be. I mean, you're not going to be much of a band if you're just going to listen to everybody else and say, oh, well, do you like it? And then you're just going to go off part, and then you're not going to enjoy it.
We're really putting ourselves into it, and one of the things we've been speaking about the new material is making sure that we're going to, if it's an album, making sure that we're happy with it for the foreseeable future. Because if we do an album, it's not like we're going to bang one out another year later. We might do, but we want to make sure that because the second you put an album out, you stop playing your EP stuff live. The focus is on the album. You play one or two songs. You want to make sure that when you do the next step, you're still happy playing that stuff. That's the sort of concern for us.
It's just the same response if you ask a band, are you doing an album? You would probably get the usual, and they kind of just very scarce on details. Straight up, there is an album coming from us. We are going to release an album. It could happen next year, it could happen the year after, but it is going to happen. But we're just going to.
But it won't happen tomorrow.
But it won't happen tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
You're on the hangover tomorrow. The other thing I was quite interested in was obviously the merchandise. The merchandise is quite different. It's quite unusual. I mean, you got input into that.
We
do everything like that pretty much ourselves. We find artists that we like, or a lot of the stuff we do just do ourselves as well, which is great. I mean, it's not like we've got loads of money to put into the thing, to be perfectly honest with you. And so we pick artists we really like, You
So
know?
you just local artists, just
It's just
unknown.
anyone,
before.
see, we just like being creative and seeing things. Like, there's no reason why, if you're a metal band, you should constantly have metal
Yeah.
t-shirts. Just do what you personally like, because, like, I look at our merch and I'm kind of going, yeah, I think that's nice, you know. I think it's really good.
I mean,
And then
everybody can walk out with a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
variety
It's
is
simple, yeah.
everything. Like, you want a mix of things.
Yeah.
Do you know, I always remember seeing into Shikari one
Yeah.
time, and the wall was just full of merch, and there was some t-shirts I was like, no, and then there was another one I was like, that's quality.
Yeah.
They seem to just go for everyone, and that's the way it should be.
That's it. I mean, you do get the ones where you're only going to have one t-shirt, and
Yeah.
you'll buy it, but a lot of people will. I'm very picky about that as well.
Everyone is though. That's why you should have variety.
Yeah, I mean, we had a t-shirt that didn't do particularly well on any of our tours before, and then when we went out Baby Godzilla, we sold out immediately.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and I think it's just because
Different
the
tastes.
audiences that we were playing to didn't like that sort of t-shirt. I think that's all it was. Because I thought it was an alright t-shirt.
Yeah.
And clearly on the later tour, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's alright."
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
We get rid of it. Let's not do it again.
let's get one that sells.
What are your plans for the rest of the year? Once you get the tour out of the way, what's next?
Just rice, yeah.
Right.
And that is the cliche of it all. Like, it is the thing that everyone is saying.
We're doing Hit the Deck at the end of April.
Yeah.
Which we really do, and that ends in Southampton on the 22nd of May. That would be great
They're
fun as
good.
well.
I've seen them recently.
They're
You'd have seen them with Fozzie. You got Fozzie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the old demos.
Yeah.
Or was that the Dirty Youth?
No, 30 Youth. No, it was 30 Youth.
Yeah.
I've seen them recently.
Yeah, they're around a lot.
Yeah, but that's the thing nowadays. I mean, you know, you've only got two, but it's just everything is a free band tour now.
Yeah.
You know, and you got a lot of people saying, well, you know, is it because of the way the market is? But as far as bang for the buck's concerned, it's brilliant. And to be honest, I think I've seen about one crap band in the last 8-9 months.
Until you see us tonight.
No comment.
Shit.
I'm here because I feel
T-shirts
like
are great.
I'm here because I feel like I have to be.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The next bit is probably a bit of enjoyment. He's obviously like wrestling.
Well, now we're talking. I want to show you something. I know this isn't very good for anyone that's either listening to this or reading this right now, but there we are. That's Adam in Tesco's earlier.
You got the belt? Did you take it?
No, I didn't actually buy it. Yeah, I actually bought it. It was actually 22 quid. It's like, whoa.
Well, it's nothing cheap with the wrestling, is it?
But go on with the question.
Well, I was going to say, well, did you enjoy WrestleMania?
Yeah,
we also never watched it.
Yeah, I know. I seen the poster anyway.
Yeah,
So.
I was so excited about it, you know, because it's like my favourite time of the year.
Yeah.
So when I knew I was coming off for the tour, I was like, lads, we're in Scotland for WrestleMania. All of us are together. Now, Joe, our bass player there, who just walked in, has no interest.
Yeah.
I think he spent the entire 4 hours of WrestleMania just going, what are they doing? What's going on? But like, we enjoyed it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound significantly unrock here, but we were staying with my parents when it was WrestleMania, and they sat and watched it, and the best thing about it was Adam's reaction to things and then him explaining stuff. I think it was the highlight of it, explaining it to my parents.
I couldn't talk or anything during it. I was just like zoned.
Yeah, I
liked
mean, so who's your favourites? Are they recent? Are they old?
Of no, Brock Lesnar is my favourite. Yeah, and then he lost. But I went to the right person. But my favourite of all time is Stone Cold. Yeah.
I really liked the Hardy Boys when I was younger.
Yeah,
I thought that was quality, but that's just because they had long hair. So.
Well, see, I'm the back instead for years when I was watching. I was back in the 90s when I was big into it, and the Rockers were mine.
Right.
And the Warrior, obviously.
Yeah, one of the first VHSs I ever owned was SummerSlam '88.
Yeah.
The one where Ultimate Warrior appears out of nowhere and just wins it instantly.
Oh, so
quality. Yeah.
So my dad, but he went last
such
year.
a great
He went last year. He went over to Vegas for it, and he done. It was like, because it's like 4 days solid. Because you get the thing with the entrance.
Yeah,
you know, before, what's the one they do before Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
They do that a day before. So you seen the Warrior just before he died.
Oh, wow.
Because remember
wow.
he died about 2 days after.
Yeah.
And they do that, and then they just do signings and there's all sorts of
It
stuff.
goes on for like a week.
Aye.
I'm just like, I'm so wishing it happened. And I'm always wanting to go there. It's literally my number one goal to get Zoax as a theme tune for WrestleMania. Like Limp Bizkit did it years ago. It can happen.
So many bands.
It can happen.
So many bands have done. And like out of nowhere, I mean, like some of the smaller bands. Don't. And people, it's the same like games, isn't it?
Yeah.
People will go, you'll say to them, have you heard the song? Nah, I never heard of them.
Oh, that's on
you go,
FIFA.
put that song on, shit.
Yeah, I know that.
I've been playing that for years, you know, it's been on the Xbox one.
So I hadn't watched a WrestleMania or anything for years, and then so I was expecting it to be like watching SmackDown or Raw, something like that, where it's in a massive arena, but not like when the camera panned around it, you were like, wow. I was like, oh my god, I had no idea how big it was. I was stunned. Like,
yeah, it was huge.
Absolutely huge, you know. And as I was saying, I've seen Fozzy speaking to him the other week as well, and he's another one. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
But
they played here, did they?
They never. Well, we played the Garage.
Okay.
Just up the road.
Yeah.
He's a performer. Which you would expect, you know, a showman. But, brilliant voice as well. Absolutely fantastic.
I've met him twice, and I will straight up say that I get starstruck only by wrestlers.
Yeah.
I've only ever met Fozzy or Chris Jericho and Roddy Piper, and both times I go in there going, I have so much to ask them, and then I get up and I'm like,
kissing the hand. Mr. Jericho. Mr. Walls.
So that's on the agenda then on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right, this is going to be good. Who's got the worst habits on tour?
Doug, if he eats dairy.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we're not going to go into it because
I can imagine where you're going.
I'm mildly allergic to dairy.
Doug, if he eats dairy. And to be honest, everyone else is fine. Everyone else is perfect.
I'm not going to talk about my mates behind their back. At least Adam's got the balls to do it in front of me, so I can.
Don't talk about anyone's back. I just say it to you. Yeah. So if Doug, like we got lasagna here.
Yeah.
And there was cheese and the fake cheese and then vegan. And as soon as I said Doug on the fake cheese, it's really cheesy. And he's like, yeah, good.
Very small room.
You better wrap up because that notepad is going to be destroyed.
I was going to say, you can do your own pyrotechnics on stage.
Just stick a light in front of me and stuff too.
Dear. Finally, this is the last one really it's not for fans, it's not for anybody else, it's for the people who don't know you, people who would maybe go, I'm going to go to a gig, would they mind going to some? So, why should they come and see you, and what would they expect to see you on stage?
You can answer that.
Oh, thanks.
No,
that's the hardest question I've ever been asked. I would like to think a really enjoyable, fun show that we're from a band that, although our music is serious, we don't take ourselves that seriously. We like to have fun, and hopefully the vibe of that comes across into the audience. And and if it doesn't, Adam makes sure it does. But a couple of songs in, he's like, I'm off for a wander in a bit.
It's literally pure fun. Is kind of like what we want to achieve with our shows. And like, even if you're not into this kind of music, it's worth just popping down because, as you said, like I think it's like £6 tonight to get in and see 4 bands play. If you live in that town and you like music a small bit, go down and support bands in some way, and you might end up coming out discovering your favourite band of all time.
That's what I was saying about the three band setup. You go out, you know what I mean. I love live music as well, as long as it's live. And I'll go and sit and listen to anybody. So as you say, I've seen so many good bands recently, and I'm the same as everybody else. I'll buy the CDs.
Exactly. Bands put years and years and years into it, like so for somebody to come down and give 45 minutes of their attention means the world, and just do it for anyone, like not just us, everyone.
So if I'm honest, I hadn't heard of the 2 support bands tonight, and we saw the first one Soundcheck, and the second one I sort of heard of by reputation when we were up in Edinburgh for the weekend, so asking people, just chatting to folk. But the first band I've never heard, and they're great, and that's the first on at a small show. And they're a really good band.
As you say, they've been putting years in it. I've not seen any band come out recently and just not know what they're doing. I mean,
look, we have no time for egos and bands and shit like that. That's happening. We're like,
definitely don't have room for them in this.
Exactly.
Right, that's me. I'm fine. I'll say thank you.
Thank
Brilliant.
you, friend.
Nice to meet you.
Really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.